President Macky Sall will not run for a third term in office. He announced this in a televised speech on Monday. This comes amid widespread speculation that he was seeking re-election during the upcoming polls in 2024. His critics said a bid for another term was unconstitutional. Opposition leader Ousmane Sonko called for protests before the state address by Sall. Sonko was sentenced to 2 years in prison in June, leading to protests that left at least 16 people dead. Rumors of a possible extension of Sall's presidency had led to unrest since 2021. He had insisted that Senegal's constitution would have allowed him to seek another 5-year term in office. This is despite being elected to a second term in 2019.
Mes chers compatriotes, ma décision.
My dear compatriots, my decision, long and carefully considered, is not to be a candidate in the next election on February 25, 2024, even though the Constitution gives me the right to do so. Indeed, since the constitutional revision of 2016, the legal debate has been definitely settled by the Constitutional Council Decision Number 1, that's 2016 of February 12, 2016. I know that my decision not to stand as a candidate will come as a surprise to the many people whose sincere admiration, trust and loyalty I know of. It will also surprise those who wish to see me continue to guide the construction of Senegal, which is increasingly finding its feet. Senegal is bigger than I am, and it's full of leaders equally capable of pushing the country towards being a leader in the region.
Let's discuss these developments further. We're joined by Achike Chude, Africa Affairs Analyst based in Lagos, Nigeria. Achike, thank you for joining us. Now, President Sall says he will not run for re-election next year. What is the significance of this announcement in Senegal's political landscape?
Absolutely significant. It changes everything. It changes the dynamics, changes the scenario, changes the political environment, you know, and brings about it will bring about a new leaders seeking with ambition, seeking for the position that will be left vacant by Sall, by Macky Sall. In fact, Senegalese is reputed to have said that. By that singular statement, you know, address that he made to the nation yesterday, that he had diffused a bomb, a time bomb that was ticking. And I mean, that's the importance of what he did. You know, Macky Sall had, as like an old African adage would say, had the yam and the cutlass. So he was in a position to decide in what direction Senegal would go. And he made that decision by making the statement that Senegal is bigger than his own ambition. And that is a good thing. It's something we want to see with a lot of other African statesmen. The reality is that you know, tension has been diffused seriously, and then he has opened up the space by that statement. And there's so many other people, all manners of political activity can now continue. You know, can now go ahead in Senegal because the big masquerade has left the stage. But that is not to say that from behind the scenes that he's still not going to be influential. Obviously, he is going to be president while the Electoral Commission prepares for election. So he's still going to be quite influential in the politics of Senegal.
Right, but as you said, it's quite a significant announcement. So how does that affect presidential aspirants such as Karim and Ousmane Sonko in their quest for the presidency?
Yeah, well, there's still a bit of uncertainty about what is going to happen to them, especially Sonko. Sonko is already serving a jail term. Will he be released? He was found guilty. So what I suspect about Sonko is that he will not likely be released. So it's important that members of his political party, you know, should begin to think of life, you know, outside of him, at least leading up to this particular election. But you never can tell. You never can say never. Anything can happen to change the political coloration that will see him run, though I think that is unlikely. As for Karim Wade, obviously the political commission that had been meeting to look at the politics of Senegal before now was looking at or toying with the possibility of having a process set in motion that will see people like Karim Wade and other opposition candidates that were barred from contesting the election, that will see those people contest the incoming election. So a lot of things are still in the air. There is still some bit of uncertainty, but at least the major cloud has cleared you know, from the politics of, you know, in Senegal, and then we will see what is going to happen. I suspect that obviously there will be new entrants, and that that political space will be left for people like Karim, but for Sonko, I'm not exactly sure that he will be allowed to run.